Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So basically, now today we are going to discuss about the threats in the advanced Python programming. Right now, what we are going to see that what we actually mean from threats. After that, basically, what are the problems that occurs, how to make a thread in Python programming, and all those things we are going to see today turn by turn. Right. So without wasting time, let's get started. And what I'll be doing is that I'll be first moving on to the one note here. So let me just open that thing here. Right. Now, first of all, I'd be telling you all the necessary details regarding the threads that actually what are these threads, what are the problems in making threads, why just we do that thing, and all those things we'll be discussing right here. After that, we'll moving towards the programming thing of the threads. Okay. So just let me come down here on this side and let me just take this color. Hold on for a minute. Right here. And let me give the heading for today's discussion topic, and that is basically the threads. So I'm just writing that here, threads, right? This is the topic of discussion that we are going to discuss today. So the very first thing comes, and the very first question in the mind comes after listening out the name for this topic is that what are actually threads, right? The very first thing that we need to discuss is that what are actually threads and why we just like use them, right? So I'm just writing that thing for the very first thing. So I was just writing a thread is kind of like a process. It is basically kind of like a process, and basically it's sequence of what is actually a process. So it's a basically sequence of control flow, right? Sequence of control flow, that basically how your program will run, what is the flow of your program and all those things, right? So okay, just let me write out the correct spelling for the control, and here it goes as the flow. Right, so basically a thread is a kind of like a process, and what is actually a process? And a process, it's sequence of control of flow, right? This is actually a definition which comes here for the thread. So let's understand it in a way that thread is actually a sequence of a control flow. It is a kind of sequence of a control flow, right? This is the definition which you can just say for the threads, right? Other than that, let me just tell you some more things regarding the threads, that basically what it consists and what it does not consist and all those things. So basically, now here except, I will just write that statement here as well. Just have a note of this as well in your notebooks. So except that, I would be just writing except that it exists, except that it exists entirely. So that is entirely. Okay. Except that it exists entirely inside a process and shares resources and shares resources. Let me just come down here and write on that thing, but before that let me just close this out. Okay, and shares resources. Basically this is the use of the threads, that basically it exists and it entirely inside a process and it shares the resources. Now what I just meant from resources. So let's say basically you're just working on any application, right? And that basically data is shared data. So that I actually share the resources, the data, the task, and all those things actually comes under the shares resources. Right, so basically this is about the threads, that what is the work of actual threads. So it actually shares out the resources. Other than this in detail we are going to discuss, but this is an overview regarding that what are threads and basically what is basically use of the threads. Okay, now the third thing that comes is that I'll be just writing that thing here. A single process may have multiple threads of execution. A single process may have multiple threads of execution. So here a single process may have multiple threads of execution. So basically let's say you are just writing a process, so in that process there basically can be multiple threads, right? You can just it's not a like particular thing that you will just write only one thread inside the process. No, it's not the thing. You can just enter n number of threads inside the process for the execution, right? So this is the meaning of the line, which is a single process may have multiple threads of execution. Okay, it's not the any case that it's basically it's not any restricted that you can just put in any one thread or one or two threads, something like that. No, It's not the case. Let's say you are just having a single process, and that single process you can just put upon multiple threads of execution as well, according to your requirement, whatever basically you are having, right? So now next thing that comes is that when it is most useful, okay? So I'm just writing here useful when and application, when an application, okay, useful when an application. Let me come down so that I can just write even more properly. So useful when an application wants to perform many concurrent many, I would just write as many concurrent task on shared data. So it is basically the main use of the threads is that it is basically useful when an application wants, let's say when an application wants to perform many concurrent tasks on the shared data. So in that case basically threads are mostly used. Now what I can just say about application in that case basically, like what is the example for this particular case that I have taken, that when we want to perform many concurrent tasks on shared data and all those things. So in this case you can just, like, I would just write that think about a browser. Okay, think about a browser. Okay, inside in the browser, what to think about, you can just like take the loading pages, the pages which you just like search on. So they basically load in the starting, right? Loading pages. Let's say you are having some animations, so in that basically that animations, etc. So these are the example for the which we want to basically perform concurrent tasks on the shared data. This is actually how the data is shared, right? On the browser, what we just do, we just, like, when we just want to Google something, we just click on the particular link, and whatever the information is there, that just comes. But in between that all of the process, what actually does, the page is loaded, right? The page which we are actually looking for, the link which we had clicked, in that basically we are having a page, right? And that page needs to be loaded. Till the time it is not loaded, we are not able to see that what information are we getting from here, right? So that is actually which comes under the, like, which comes under the example of when we want to perform many concurrent tasks on the shared data, right? This is actually the example of this particular thing. So the main use of the thread is that when an application wants to perform many concurrent tasks on shared data, in that case basically the threads are especially used, right? So basically I hope I had just first of all made this thing very clear to you that what are actually threads, and other than that what is the main use of the threads in the Python programming language, right? This is absolutely clear. Now basically we'll be moving towards that what are the problems with the threads. Okay, we'll be seeing that basically what are the problems with the threads. So let me just quickly take out some color here and give on the heading here. So I'm just writing that thing, problems with threads, right? First of all, we'll be seeing that what are the problems with the threads, and after that we'll be moving towards the code and all those things right here. So the very first problem that comes is scheduling. Okay, I would just write that thing, scheduling here. Now basically what I just meant from this particular word which I just written is scheduling. So just understand that thing in a detailed way, then we'll be seeing that more things, right? So here I can just write to execute. Okay, to execute a threaded program basically that contains the thread, right? So to execute a threaded program, comma, must rapidly switch between switch between switch between threads. Okay, just let me give a space here. One second, let me just come down here. Fine, switch between threads. So here it goes. So basically when you just want to execute a threaded program, so in that case basically you need to rapidly switch between the threads, between the number of threads which you have actually made. Okay, now how can this thing actually be done? So this thing can be done, so I would just write that this can be done by the by the user process. Okay, actually there is one process which is called as user process. So this can be done by the user process. Okay, and that is basically the user level threads. Now basically what it is meant from user process, user level threads, that we'll be discussing in very detail whenever we just move towards the programming things. So basically the thing is that which we have discussed right now, that to execute a threaded program, we must rapidly switch between the threads. So what basically how this can be done, that rapidly switching between the threads? So this can be done by the user process, okay, and the user process actually contains the user level threads, right? Other than that, we have one more way for doing this out. Okay, so the other one which we have for doing this out is that it can be done by the kernel, kernel. Okay, kernel, we also have this kernel in this threads topic as well. Okay, this can be done by the kernel. So in bracket I'll be just writing that thing for this. So that is kernel level threads, kernel level threads, right? So this is these are the basically scheduling things which comes under the problems with the threads, right? So to execute a threaded program must rapidly switch between the threads. So this can be done by the user process and even can be done by the kernel. Right now, basically another problem which comes is about the resource sharing. Okay, so the second problem for this threads is that resource sharing. Okay, and I'll be discussing that resource sharing here. So in resource sharing, basically it comes since threads share memory, right? That is absolute correct thing, and there is no confusion that basically since threads share memory, right? They share actually the memory and other resources and other resources. So in that case, basically we need to be very careful resources. So in that case, basically you must be very careful while doing all of these things using the thread. So must be very careful. Okay, must be very careful. So basically, since the threads share memory and other resources as well, so in that case, basically we need to be very careful while doing all of these things. Actually, okay. Now, next this thing under resource sharing is that, so basically operation performed in one thread in one operation performed in one thread could cause problem. It can basically cause the problem. So cause problem in an other. So basically whatever the operations you have performed in one thread, so that can basically cause the problem in the another thread as well, right? So this is basically the another problem which comes under the threads, right? That if you have performed one operation in one thread, so that can actually cause a problem onto another thread for you, right? This is the thing. So basically these two are the very important, like very useful problems in the threads which actually come. Now there are several more that we'll be discussing while the writing the codes only. I'll just not tell you that thing separately, but these are the two problems which actually come here. Okay, so the first one was that scheduling, that to execute a threaded program most rapidly switch between the threaded. So basically if you just want to execute a threaded program, so you just need to switch between many threads. Let's say you just need to go to the first thread, then let's say to the second thread, then let's say to the third thread. So that basically like makes a little bit of problem, right? Again and again going and changing the threads, and again and going to and like switching the tabs and switching the threads and all those things, right? So that creates a problem. So this is the very first problem that comes under this threaded part. Okay, this problem of the thread. So basically that can be done. Now basically what's the like reason for doing that, basically how we just can do that? So that can be done with the two ways. The first one is user process and the second one is kernel. So we'll be discussing about these things in the detail afterwards. Other than that, another problem which occurs is regarding the resource sharing. So basically, since the threads share more memory and other resources, you must be very careful while sharing the threads. Okay. Other than that, basically, whatever the operations are performed in one thread, that can basically cause problem into another threads. Right. So these are the problems which occur, and even I have just discussed that what are threads and what are the things that come under the threads. So basically from the next video, we'll be writing out the programs for the threads, and we'll be seeing that how to write a program for the thread, how to make a thread, basically how to execute that. Other than that, what are the functionalities and what are the functions we can perform, what are the functions we cannot perform, and all these things we'll be seeing from the next videos, right? So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.